Hi, this is Kim Watson. Welcome to a midweek review. Okay, we've got some good days coming up ahead. We've got Super Thursday, as it's been titled, coming up tomorrow, and of course then we've got non-farm payrolls Friday. So some volatility to be had, I'm sure, over the next couple of days. But before I discuss that, one of the things that came to mind this morning with trading, at the moment you get these periods of doldrums, but it's sort of is interesting. But I've been making notes of some back testing I want to do and complete throughout the summer. The summer period to me is a great time for learning, back testing, and doing things which you normally put off because you're too busy trading. So for me, I've been making notes. I've got loads of details to do on some back testing I want to do. Jackie made a great observation this morning, which is another note which will be forming part of my overall analysis that I'm doing through the summer. But as I say, it gives you opportunities, which led me to think I know there's some people that have been inquiring over the period and they're interested in our day trading CDs and joining our trading room. Now, realistically, the best time in the trading room is when the volatile markets are more volatile, but it's not a bad time to come in and learn and join us at the moment. There's time to explain things in quite some detail. Last week we managed to get a couple of training reviews and set periods where we literally, actually videoed it as an hour-long video, which I made on one day, where we just sort of went through the morning setups, went through it step by step in detail, and certainly we've got that sort of time available at the moment. Now, as I say, led me to thinking, well, there's people who want to join us. I just thought I'd make you aware of an offer that we decided that we would do over the summer. Funny enough, if you want to come and join us, there's a £200 discount. Just type the promo word at summer, and you can come and join us in the day trading room. Now, of course, you need to go through the CDs. It may take you some time to do that, which may fill up the rest of August and get you prepared, ready for September, when the volatility generally starts picking up again and things get back to normal. So it's a good time to be learning. If you're not already with us, if you've been thinking about joining us, there's the carrot to come and join us and prepare for the second half of the year. It's always important to be planning. As I said, I've already done a lot of analysis for my own trading, and just I love statistics, and it's just retesting things and seeing how markets are moving. And it just I can build up more data whilst the market's quiet like this. You have time to do things. So I just thought, well, we could pass on an offer, get people interested to come and join us, and maybe join in the room in September. So there we go. There's the offer. Just type in summer. Now, the 2 days ahead of us, well, before we get on to that, we'll get on to look at that first. Tomorrow we've got a very unusual day. In terms, it's the first one ever. We've got 2 bits of news, well, actually 3 bits of news coming out. We've got an inflation report coming out tomorrow from the Bank of England. We've got, badly written, we've got the interest rate decision, which, it's pretty much, if I could only write it in here, it'd be really easy. We've got the interest rate decision, but then we've got the minutes being released at the same time. I can't even write at the moment. There we go. So we've got 3 bits. Now, the minutes normally come a week later or so, or up to 2 weeks later. So normally we get these late, so we can't actually see what the voting is like or anything like this. But tomorrow, as I said, we're going to get all the information at one go. So it should be an interesting day. Now, the news out, the minutes and everything is due out at 12 o'clock. So they're going to be busy typing away tomorrow. I should imagine, to get all that out in time. But as I say, the statements, everything's coming out at 12 o'clock. So any decision, any changes, thought changes in voting is more important than the votes. Will give us a clue to if and when we'll be seeing interest rate increases, maybe later this year or early next year. Okay, so that's Super Thursday. Of course, we've got non-farm payrolls Friday, so we'll be talking about that as normal. Let's have a look at the markets. Euro dollar. Euro's been selling off, continued this little sell-off. Most of today's sell-off was actually done over the Asian session. I'll just bring you into a 60-minute chart. You can see it mostly happened by that stage. But we saw a bit of a rally coming in, helped by the news, gave us a nice 46 pipper for part of the trade. And since then, it's sold off, gone back to where we are, which would suggest we may see a continuation to the downside. So what am I looking at now? I'm looking at the support areas that have already been placed there. around about that 108, 108.12 area, somewhere in that region. There's certainly that prior support level and those prior highs there, so it's still watching those quite carefully as possible support. But at the moment the euro is looking relatively weak still, and we could see a continuation to that downside. It's everything to me is really still in the bigger picture looking weak. So that's euro. Looking at the pound dollar, this is more choppy. It's shorter term. We're still, if you look at the 60-minute, we're still getting quite a few intraday moves. It's just a little bit more choppy today. It actually trended quite well for some time, and we did get into some. I say we didn't get into some moves in the room on the pound, unfortunately, but we did see some nice moves there. So it is moving intraday reasonably okay. We're getting some moves at least, and the volatility hasn't dropped too much. But I think tomorrow's meeting and the minutes may give us a better idea of where we're going from here. One thing I've been talking about for some time is this the amount of hits we've had over the top here. If we push back up towards those highs, maybe this time we'll break through there. Likewise, really, there's a trend line running across the lows here, which may be tested, and then there's probably now a tighter trend line, which we've been sort of pretty much close on today. So there's certainly some key sort of levels which may be pivotal for the remains of August and maybe leading into September. So that's the pound. Looking at the dollar yen, and it's really for large periods of the day it just sort of goes off on a bit of a chop, and then you get a bit of volatility, and then it chops again. Still haven't seen the monthly pivot hit, so there's a possibility for it at some point if it does roll over to pull back here. But at the moment, with the dollar situation and as I said, with a higher probability of it being, or the vote happening this year and possibly even in September for an interest rate increase, we could see further dollar strength leading to further upside in the dollar yen. Okay, and finally the Aussie dollar. Okay, yesterday I talked about this on the Monday review. It actually occurred. We ran into the monthly pivot. Is sold off since then. It's a bit bouncy around these levels. As you can see, it came off pretty strongly and rallied a bit for today, and then it's sold off again. Again, I'm rathering being on the sell side of the Australian dollar. Of course, non-farm payrolls may come into play and change things around a little bit more if the jobs focus, and particularly looking at salaries. If that softens or anything like that, it could see some of these currencies gain or regain some of their losses, short term at least. But overall, I have to remain bearish on the Aussie dollar so long as we've got a sort of a weak economy in China. It's weakening, and we're seeing further signs of weakness, and I think that could just roll over some more. Okay, that's it from me. Nothing else to add. As I say, if you're looking to come and join us in the trading room, the offer's there. If you type in summer and the promo code, you can get a £200 discount. That is limited in terms of time. It's there for, I think it's been put on for 2 weeks. So you need to take action. It's really to get people up and ready for September and October, so we can finish the year really well. Okay, that's it for me. Have a great day. Bye for now.